Hey y'all, welcome back to my page. My name is Albert Gorman of Damoahfilmandphotography, and today what we're talking about is some of the equipment that I decided to keep with me within the last 2 years going into 2024. Some of these things might be something that you already have or something you're looking to get in, so I just want to share with y'all why I got it, why I still have it compared to some of the stuff I decided to let go. So let's hit the intro and get into it. Yes. So this is some of the stuff that I do have with me. It's not everything, but it is some of the things that I decided to gather for this video and to explain why I kept it compared to some of the things I decided to let go within the last 2 years, especially within the year of being a freelance photographer and videographer on a professional level, making my business a real business and pretty much learning on the fly of how to be a business person in 2023 and the things that I learned going into 2024. So what I got here is the FX30. It is a cinema line camera from Sony. It is a crop sensor. It shoots 4K up to 120. I only use it 4K up to 60 though, to tell you the truth, so I'm gonna speak on that perspective. It's interchangeable lens. I say that because I do have a ZV-1 above me that doesn't change lenses, so it is right to say so. You can see all the specs on it. There's a lot of different kind of advantages of it, but I'm gonna tell y'all why I like it. I did come from a lot of a lot of cameras from Canon and from Sony, but this guy here has not disappointed me once. It never overheated on me. The car's never corrupted on me. Whatever image or quality that I wanted out of it, I did get out of it. For the times where I may have gotten grain and low light, it never really was bad as people make it seem like, and I just learned how to correct that moving forward. A lot of times people get caught up on things that they claim to be, I guess, pitfalls, so they try to say, oh, this is not a good equipment or good gear, but ultimately you gotta be a problem solver, and that's why people hire you. They didn't hire you just to run the perfect machine. They hired you to actually solve whatever issue they have or to capture whatever thing they got, so they don't really care what you're working with. So you got to make the extra effort to make sure that whatever you're filming, whatever you're using is going to give you the ability to deliver what you promised, right? So for me, the FX30 is a game changer. It allows me to shoot an S-Log, which I'm practicing a lot more on, but it also allows you to shoot an S-Cinetone, and S-Cinetone is my go-to. It hasn't failed me. It's something that I have practiced with, so I feel like I got the right middle ground with it. I kind of have a good understanding of how to get the best out of it for myself, and as FX30 comes with it, so I do minor adjustments and usually I get what I want out of it. So I'll suggest this camera to anybody that's trying to do professional work, because it does have two slots on it. It has two slots on it that allows you to be redundant when you're filming. And surprisingly enough, I took some photos with it. Actually, here you can see some of it right now. Yeah, I took some photos with it at a wedding back in October as a second shooter, and I just wanted to see if I had to use this in a jam, would it pass? And honestly, it passed with flying colors for me. So only downfall, it doesn't have a flash attached to it, so you can't really use it for flash photography. But if you understand how to use natural lighting and the lighting that's available, ambient lighting, you'll be able to actually make this work. And I feel you get a cinematic footage out of your photos whenever I shoot photos with it. So I'm going to practice a lot more with photography with the FX30. Next on my list I'm going to talk about is the 17 to 28 Tamron that's with the FX30. These two are pretty much always together for me because it's the perfect combination right now for what I have. On the FX30, it's about 24 to 40 in the range as far as the millimeter is concerned. So it's not as super wide on this camera, but it is a little bit more slightly telephoto, I guess. But it gives me a good range where, you know, I get what I want out of it. It stays on the gimbal though, so when I'm at a wedding, it can film for like 2 hours, and this gives me enough wide where I can get the whole scenery that I want, and it punches in enough where I can still isolate something if I really wanted to. So overall, this lens is super versatile, especially when I put it on the A7 IV, because that's when I can get funky with the video and use the clear image zoom or crop crop zoom on it and get another 20 millimeter, and it goes to about 60. So on the A7 IV, it's even more versatile, and I use that for real estate a lot of times, and sometimes vlogging. It's a very versatile lens, and it doesn't have a zoom out. It's an internal zoom, and it's very light. So in general, this lens, I've been trying to think, all right, how can I replace it? And it keeps fighting, man. So it's a fighter, it's reliable, it's sturdy, it's light, it's really very, very good. No complaints with the Tamron 17 to 28. Like I said, I'll speak about the A7 IV and the Tamron 35 to 150 in a totally separate video, because I am using it to film this right now, and I just want to show y'all some of the other stuff that I got going on. So next up on the list, we got the Sigma 85 millimeter prime lens, and this lens, I guess will be my second favorite lens. Sorry, Tam. It'd be my second favorite lens because the reason I got this is I rented out a 85 G Master for Sony, and that lens kind of changed my whole perspective on photography. I'm pretty sure anybody who ever tried the 85 millimeter, if you never had it up until that point, you're just like, wow, things look butter, things look just beautiful, you know? So I had it on the G Master. I rented it out for an event, and the photos came out so amazing, and I was just kind of like, man, I want to buy this, but I didn't have the money. I think it was like $2,500, and I didn't have that money to spend on it. So I went and bought the 85 1.8, and it was cool. I like that lens a lot. I got some good photos out of it, but it didn't give me the magic that I felt from the GM. So I was kind of like, damn, I really gotta like spend $2,500 on this lens. So I did more research, and then I came back across this one, and I found some sample footages, and I pretty much tried it out, edited it, and it was the same, in my opinion, to the G Master. And when I looked at the price, it was half the price. So I said, you know what? I'm still growing. I'm on the up and up. I gotta get what I can afford. Got it. Took it to a wedding as a guest and never looked back. That was my favorite lens for like 6 months, up until I got the Tamron 35 to 150. But still, I can't find a reason to sell it, because I do know there's certain situations where I know I need this lens, and it looks like it's gonna stick around, man. Since we're talking about photography, we can talk about some of my flashes I have here. What I do got here is the AD200. It is a strobe light, I believe. Hope I didn't say that wrong, but I do got the AD200 here. It is one of my favorite portable lights that I have. It is my strongest flash that I have. I use it for any time where I'm in a bigger space or a bigger event. The coverage on it is amazing, and usually I have it attached to some sort of softbox, whether it be an umbrella or a softbox of some sort, or the MagMod. The MagMod is a very good portable light. How should I say it? Doesn't take up space, I guess. Like very small, doesn't take up space equipment, and it still gives you the feel of a bigger umbrella or a bigger softbox. So honestly, shout outs to MagMod. This is a life changer. I take it outdoors. I'm more comfortable taking this setup outdoor with a tripod and and a stand, instead of carrying a whole big umbrella and stuff like that. So very portable, very sleek, and definitely a photographer's need is to have one of these. Before I got these, I started off with a Speedlight. So this is the Godox TT685S. I have a 685S2 as well somewhere upstairs, but this Speedlight was a game changer as well. Taught me how to use on-camera flash and off-camera flash, and I decided to buy a second one, and as you can see, I still have it, right? So with the AD200 at a wedding, we try to do a triangle effect where if you're on the dance floor, I set it up in a way where I can get good exposure no matter who's on the dance floor, no matter where I am in the room. I got the shot that I need. So definitely I can do a separate video as far as how I do flash photography at a wedding or an event. But I do have a reason for having 3 at all times. And with that being said, you have a trigger that goes with it. This is the Godox X2T. And it works perfectly fine. It has 5 channels that you can go from it. A, B, C, D, E. it takes a minute to kind of get used to it. But I do have one gripe with it though, is this thing right here. I hate that. This thing right here, I can't stand them. I want all of my, I guess, attachments to be screws. You know what I mean? I don't like this quick release thing. It's so fidgety. It breaks easily. It broke on my original Speedlight, and ever since that, I buy replacements and I replace them. So, Godox, do better. You're not saving money. You're giving photographers a headache and a hard time with these quick releases. Trust me, the 5 seconds that we save is not worth it. So, go back to the original models of having a screw on. Look at that. It's screwed on. It's what, 3 seconds of a difference? It's not worth it. So that being said, let's get into the last part of the things that I feel like is super important. You gotta have a monitor. I decided to get a monitor last year. This is the Desview. All the descriptions of each item that I talk about here will be in my description. So I don't want to say the exact name because I might say it wrong, but I do have a monitor. It's a Desview. Helps me with exposure, false color, and all that stuff, making sure that we got that good. Next up, we got SD cards. I got about maybe 20 of them. Have as many SD cards as possible. You never know where you're on the shoot and something goes wrong and your SD card don't work. So keep a lot of SD cards with you. I do have an RGB light just for color. You can get some nice color with this. So keeping the portable RGB light, I got 2 of these. It comes in handy. Sometimes I just use it just to light up the cake cutting, or you never know. You just gotta keep a lot of stuff on you just in case. So lighting you never can have enough lighting. I got maybe like 10 different lights in the back. Just to kind of wrap this thing up though, audio is super critical. And I got about like 4 different audio pieces, or 5 should I say. This is a shotgun mic from Comica. Shouts to Comica, man. You guys saved me, so if y'all see this, I love y'all to work with y'all. I think Comica is perfect. But I do got a Comica shotgun. This doesn't take no batteries. It just has internal energy and connection power through the USB power. So super reliable, super clear, super good. I also got another Comica transmitter, wireless portable lavalier style microphones. Usually I put this on the officiant or the speaker if I'm doing an interview and lav them up. It's super convenient. I love the packaging. I have my lavs up here. I have all my wirings to connect it up there. These are the 3 receiver, transmitters, all that good stuff. So Comica, again, the microphone that's recording me right now is a Comica shotgun mic. So again, Comica, shout outs to y'all. They're not paying me, so if they see it, hey, send a couple dollars in, I don't mind. I always keep a power bank as well. Just for my MacBook and for anything that needs charging, my cameras and stuff like that. So I got 3 of these. I always keep a power bank. They're so crucial and good. This is my Sony portable recorder. I won't say the name, I'll put it in the description, but I got 2 of these. Usually I'll mic it on the actual microphone, so I get that nice textured voice when somebody talks. It just sounds so much better when you get that pause, but that wet in the person's voice. So I usually keep this there. It gives me that nice natural tone in a person's voice. So I got 2 of those. Link in the description to let you know what it is. For every camera I have, extra batteries, but right now we got 2 of these for my ZV up there, so I always keep extra batteries. I got about 6 batteries for my A7 IV and my FX30, so that's always crucial. And I guess last on the list we're going to talk about is just having a machine to edit on. So I just got the M3 MacBook Pro, M3 Pro. Updated it from the MacBook Air M1 and base model. I love that machine. It did me well. It allowed me to be a freelancer and be a professional videographer, photographer, and pretty much launch my company. So that being said, I had to update it because I ran out of space and it was the base model and I needed a lot more power because I wanted to do a lot more things going to 2024. So yeah, these are some of the stuff that I'm bringing into it. I do have a drone and a gimbal and other lights like the Godox 60 watt. Amazon 60 watt. So I do have a lot of lights, a lot of stands, but I can't put them all on my kitchen table. As y'all can see, I'm in the kitchen. Eventually I might switch it up and give y'all a different backdrop, but it's so reliable because I got natural light right here and I don't gotta worry about lighting. So I'm in my kitchen, right? In general, you gotta have a nice sturdy backpack as well. Like I said, I'll put the brand on it, but it's Terry on though. So definitely these are some of the things that you do need. Just to kind of wrap this thing up though, the stuff that I got rid of in 2023, it was a Tamron 70 to 180 lens. I love the lens, but because I got the 35 to 150, I didn't need it no more. I also sold the ZV-E10. I regret it. That was a camera that was super reliable. I had no issues with it, but I decided that I thought I'll get the ZV-1. I like the ZV-1 as well, but I do miss the ZV-E10 because I do miss being able to switch out lenses and getting a little bit of a bump in quality. So that is something I do regret. Yeah, so my MacBook Air, great machine, nothing wrong with it. Just needed an upgrade, needed more power. Yeah, so those are the main things that I did sell. I also sold a few soft boxes and just sold a RP, a Canon RP as well. So in general, I decided to keep these things because these are the things that I used at least on a weekly basis. And a few things that I do want in the future is I do want to rig up my A7 IV. So I'm in the process of rigging up my A7 IV and my FX30. I do want to have it to be a bit more professional, and I do want to buy more stands, more lights. And yeah, I think those are the main things that I want to do in 2024. I do not want to spend too much money. I am trying to make a bit of a profit this year, so I will making a different video on how it was to be a freelancer for the first year in my professional business. A range of how much money I made and how much money I spent, but ultimately I think it will help out anybody that thinks about trying to do this. I do this part-time. I don't do this full-time. I do have a job that I got to get to within the next 2 hours. So I am a machine programmer, so that is my day-to-day job, but I do make content on the side and I do run a business on the side. So your boy's hustling, got the 2 kids, got the wife, we got a mortgage. Life is life. All right, so hopefully this helps y'all out. I hope y'all enjoy it, and take care until next time. All right, peace.